On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Chap.
A crack in the skin, especially on the lips or hands, caused by dryness or cold weather. A man or boy. Verb, to crack, split, or roughen the skin, especially as a result of exposure to cold weather or wind.
Examples:
Chapstick. Nice chap. He suffered a painful chap on his hand after working with chemicals.
Suspect.
To consider anything to be true or probable.
Examples:
Suspect a plot. Suspect that he is sick. The cops suspected him of being the killer.
Cognition.
The psychological process of perception and learning and reasoning, the mental action or process by which knowledge and understanding are developed in the mind.
Examples:
Social cognition. Cognition disorder. The professor focused on the research of infant cognition.
Predict.
To state beforehand that something will happen in the future, mainly based on knowledge or experience.
Examples:
Predict the future. Predict when she will arrive. It's notoriously challenging to predict birth rates.
Fluke.
A stroke of luck or chance, often resulting in a positive outcome or unexpected success, an accidental or unplanned occurrence.
Examples:
Lucky fluke. Fluke accident. Winning the lottery was just a fluke. I didn't expect it to happen.
Freak.
An abnormality that is not typical or expected.
Examples:
A rock freak. Freak weather. The freak accident caused the car to flip over and land on its roof.
Academic.
Associated with schools, colleges, and universities, especially studying and thinking, not with practical skills.
Examples:
Academic probation. An academic discussion. An excellent historian must possess an academic mentality.
Medicinal.
Of or relating to the treatment or cure of disease.
Examples:
Medicinal chemistry. Traditional medicinal. The medicinal properties of this herb have been known to help with various ailments.
Environment.
The natural world such as air, water, and land in which humans, animals, and plants live.
Examples:
Environment affairs. Chaotic environment. Every human is responsible for taking care of the Earth's environment.
Conduct.
To organize and carry out a particular activity.
Examples:
Conduct a background check. Conduct research. Police will conduct random breath testing for drunk driving.
Cognitive.
Of or relating to mental processes of understanding.
Examples:
Improve cognitive function. Research on cognitive psychology. His cognitive faculties were getting worse because of a lack of sleep.
Undergraduate.
A student who is studying for their first degree at a university or other higher education institution.
Examples:
Engineering undergraduate. Undergraduate course. The class was composed of both undergraduate and graduate students.
Peer.
A person who has the same age, status, or ability.
Examples:
Peer group. Peer review. Among young people, peer pressure can be pretty influential.
Journal.
A newspaper or magazine specialized in a specific topic or profession.
Examples:
Scientific journal. Journal articles. The physician is reading the journals related to medicine.
Submit.
To give or offer a document, proposal, etc. to a decision maker for examination or consideration.
Examples:
Agree to submit the bill. Submit an application. Please submit the assignment to me.
Negative.
Having the quality of something bad or harmful, expressing refusal.
Examples:
Have a negative effect. A negative number. The movie has received almost universally negative criticism.
Bias.
A strong feeling in favor of or against one group of people, an idea, or thing, often not based on fair judgment.
Examples:
Bias against a big company. Have a bias towards socialism. She researched gender bias in politics.
Psychology.
The scientific study of mind and behavior.
Examples:
Psychology experiment. Psychology of crowd. She had a master's degree in psychology.
Cancer.
Abnormal growth of cells that can invade and destroy surrounding tissues and organs. A disease characterized by the uncontrolled growth and spread of abnormal cells.
Examples:
Cancer diagnosis. Cancer research. Breast cancer is the most common type of cancer in women.
Replica.
An exact copy of something such as a work of art.
Examples:
Miniature replica. Exact replica. An artist sculpted a full-size replica of her body.
Discuss.
To talk about or examine in detail, through conversation or debate, to exchange ideas, opinions, or information on a particular topic.
Examples:
Discuss options. Discuss solutions. We need to discuss the next steps for the project during our meeting tomorrow.
Occasion.
A time or event that is suitable or appropriate for something to happen or be done, a particular event or circumstance that requires or allows for something to be done.
Examples:
A glad occasion. As occasion demands. She wore her best dress for the special occasion.
Recommendation.
An official suggestion that something is good or suitable for a particular purpose or job.
Examples:
Follow his recommendations. A letter of recommendation. We made a recommendation to the client.
Blind.
Unable to see, unable or unwilling to perceive or understand the true nature of something.
Examples:
Blind to the beauties. Blind spot. She was nearly blind due to severe diabetes.
Alley.
A narrow lane or way between buildings, often used as a passage or a shortcut, a small street that runs between two other streets.
Examples:
Back alley. Alley cat. They played basketball in the alley behind their house.
Incentive.
Something, such as a punishment, reward, etc., that encourages a person to do something.
Examples:
Financial incentives. An incentive to work hard. They have no incentive to win the game.
Encourage.
To give someone support, confidence, or hope, to persuade someone to do or continue to do something by making it easier for them and making them believe it is a good thing to do.
Examples:
Encourage a sense of affinity. Encourage antisocial behavior. They encouraged customers with a premium for loyal patronage.
Preclinical.
Of or relating to the early phases of a disease when an accurate diagnosis is not possible because symptoms of the disease have not yet appeared. Of or relating to the first stage of a medical education.
Examples:
Preclinical diagnosis. Preclinical safety evaluation. The doctor suspected that the patient was in the preclinical stage of Alzheimer's disease.
Flesh.
The soft substance composing the body of a person or animal, as opposed to bones and other structures.
Examples:
Grow in flesh. Flesh eating. The flesh of the fruit is sweet and juicy.
Arrhythmia.
A medical condition in which the heartbeat is irregular, too slow, or too fast, which can cause the heart to pump blood less effectively and lead to a variety of symptoms such as palpitations, fatigue, shortness of breath, chest pain, or even fainting.
Examples:
arrhythmia treatment, heart arrhythmia. The patient was diagnosed with an arrhythmia, causing irregular heartbeats.
Suppress.
To bring something under control by force or authority, to put an end by force.
Examples:
suppress a yawn, suppress a revolt. The doctor prescribed medication to suppress the patient's appetite.
Abnormal.
Not typical, usual, or regular, especially in a way that is bad.
Examples:
abnormal heart rhythms, abnormal cells. An abnormal climate in the region caused a sharp decline in grain harvest.
Rhythm.
A strong, regular, repeated pattern of sounds, words, or musical notes that are used in music, poetry, and dancing.
Examples:
in samba rhythm, irregular heart rhythm. He beat out a jazz rhythm on the cajones.
Survive.
To live or exist despite a dangerous event or period.
Examples:
survive a blizzard, survive a plane crash. These birds can only survive in temperate climates.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
develop a strategy, develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Patient.
A person who is receiving medical treatment, care, or attention from a healthcare professional, such as a doctor, nurse, or therapist, a personal quality or characteristic.
Examples:
patient in the hospital, patient with weight loss. The doctor carefully examined the patient's medical history.
Dummy.
A model or imitation of something that is used as a substitute, a person who is perceived as lacking intelligence or acting foolishly.
Examples:
dummy address, the crash test dummy. The ventriloquist's dummy was incredibly lifelike and entertaining.
Placebo.
Harmless substance, especially given as a pacifier or to the control group in experiments on the efficacy of a drug.
Examples:
placebo therapy, patient in the placebo group. A double-blind procedure is used to guard against experimenter bias and placebo effects.
Ingredient.
One of the things used to make something, especially one of the foods used to make a particular dish.
Examples:
secret ingredients, compound the ingredients. Greed is the primary ingredient in the making of criminals.
Regard.
To think about or consider somebody or something in a specified way.
Examples.
Regard him as an enemy. Regard the situation as unfortunate. Frugality and industry are still regarded as virtues.
Commerce.
The activity of buying and selling things, especially on a large scale.
Examples.
Interstate commerce. The local chamber of commerce. This company has invested heavily in internet commerce.
Unfortunately.
By bad luck, unluckily.
Examples.
Unfortunately caught in a shower. Even more unfortunately. The treatments were done, but, unfortunately, were unsuccessful.
Prescribe.
Of a doctor, to advise and order the use of particular medicine or treatment for someone, especially in writing, to issue commands or orders for something.
Examples.
Prescribe a drug. Prescribe in the preceding paragraph. Federal bankruptcy laws prescribe the reorganization process.
Detect.
To find or recognize something, especially something difficult to see, hear, etc.
Examples.
Detect a bad event. Detect smuggling across borders. The security camera has detected 4 intruders.
Unnecessary.
Not needed or required, not essential or important.
Examples.
Unnecessary expense. Unnecessary hassle. The extra steps in the process were deemed unnecessary and removed to streamline production.
Prescription.
A written or spoken instruction that directs a medical practitioner to prescribe a specific treatment or medication for a patient.
Examples.
Prescription drugs. Fill the prescription. I need to refill my prescription for allergy medication at the pharmacy.
Culpa.
Guilt or blame, usually referring to legal or moral responsibility for a wrongdoing.
Examples.
Assign him full culpa. Culpa in mishandling the situation. The CEO resigned, accepting culpa for the company's financial troubles.
Apology.
An act of saying or writing that you are sorry for something that has been done wrong or that causes a trouble.
Examples.
Genuine apology. Accept his apology. She wrote a letter of apology to the renter.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples.
Communal swimming pool. Communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.
Abandon.
To leave a place, thing, or person with no intention of returning. Noun, a feeling of extreme emotional intensity.
Examples:
Abandon a friend. Abandon the practice. The castle was abandoned several years later.
Phenomenon.
Something that exists and can be perceptible, especially one that is not fully understood.
Examples:
Natural phenomenon. Historical phenomenon. A rainbow is a natural phenomenon.
Unflattering.
Not showing or representing someone or something in a favorable or attractive way.
Examples:
Unflattering comments. Unflattering portrayal. The lighting in the room made everyone's skin look unflattering.
Warn.
To make someone aware of potential danger or difficulty, particularly one that may occur in the future.
Examples:
Warn a reckless driver. Warned me of the plan. I attempted to warn him, but he ignored me.
Regardless.
Not paying attention or considering something or someone even if the situation is bad or there are difficulties.
Examples:
Regardless of the difficulties. Regardless tread. People can pick out superior products regardless of the quality of the advertising.
Prevalent.
Existing very commonly in a particular area or in a specific time.
Examples:
Prevalent in Japan. Prevalent belief. This virus is prevalent in many tropical nations.
Antidepressant.
Any of a class of drugs used to reduce feelings of sadness and worry.
Examples:
An antidepressant drug. Antidepressant effect. She's been taking antidepressants since her baby died.
Nerd.
A person who is very interested in and knowledgeable about a particular subject, such as computers, mathematics, chess, etc.
Examples:
A computer nerd. Nerd neck. He was, by nature, a cyber nerd.
Mislead.
To cause someone to believe something that is not true.
Examples:
Mislead him into trusting her. Mislead the enemy. Our troops pulled back to mislead the enemy.
Guilty.
Feeling responsible for or having done something wrong or criminal.
Examples:
Feel a bit guilty. Guilty verdict. After much contemplation, the suspect decided to plead guilty to the theft charge.
Cherry pick.
To choose and take only the best people or most beneficial or profitable things from what is available.
Examples:
Cherry-pick top talent. Cherry-pick data. They cherry-picked the evidence to support drug efficacy.
Refer.
To direct someone's attention, thoughts, or questions to another source or person, to mention, cite, or allude to something as evidence or support.
Examples:
Refer to a book. Refer to a map. Please refer to the instruction manual for further assistance.
Accuse.
To charge or criticize someone with a crime or wrongdoing.
Examples:
Accuse his rudeness. Accuse each other. The witness accused the defendant of committing the robbery.
Classic.
Judged or deserving to be regarded as one of the best or most important of its kind over a period of time, of a well-known type.
Examples:
A classic experiment. Chinese classic literature. He displayed the classic symptoms of depression.
Bunch.
A grouping of several similar things which are growing or fastened together.
Examples:
A bunch of trees. A bunch of schoolgirls. One bad apple spoils the whole bunch.
Approve.
To think that someone or something is favorable, acceptable, or appropriate, to officially accept a plan, request, etc.
Examples:
Approve of measures. Unanimously approve a resolution. My boss wouldn't approve of the plan.
Approval.
The belief that someone or something is good or acceptable.
Examples:
A written approval. Express my approval. This project took a lot of time to get the president's approval.
Split.
To divide, or to make something divide into two or more parts, especially along a particular line.
Examples:
Split a bill. Split a reward equally. Companies often split their shares to lower the stock price and encourage investors to buy.
Flick.
To make a sudden sharp movement or hit something quickly with a sharp movement.
Examples:
Flicker candle. Flick through pages. He flicked the light switch, and the room was illuminated.
Commissioner.
An official member of a government department or another organization who is responsible for controlling something or performing specific duties.
Examples:
Elect police commissioners. Commissioner of Patent Office. He became an audit commissioner because of his years of experience as an accountant.
Systematic.
Done or acting according to a determined set of systems or plans.
Examples:
a systematic reformation, systematic botany. Science is based on the systematic classification of experience.
Flaw.
A fault, mistake, or weakness that causes something not to be perfect.
Examples:
a minor flaw, the flaw in the legislation. Even the slightest design flaw in an aircraft can lead to a fatal accident.
Flip.
To turn over into a different position quickly, to throw or toss with a light motion.
Examples:
flip over the pork chop, flip a coin. He flipped when he heard that he had been accepted into the university.
Withhold.
To not give or grant something due, expected, or requested.
Examples:
withhold my laughter, withhold payment. The government decided to withhold the release of sensitive information.
Toss.
To throw something carelessly with a light motion.
Examples:
toss a coin, toss the bottle into a trash can. It would be best if you tossed out all those old magazines.
Chant.
A simple melody or tune, typically one that is repeated or sung in a monotonous way. Verb, recite with musical intonation.
Examples:
chant melodies, chant in the chapel. The soccer game crowd broke into a chant of "Go, team, go."
Idiot.
A foolish or stupid person who lacks common sense or judgment, a derogatory term used to describe someone who is mentally deficient.
Examples:
idiot driver. What an idiot. He acted like an idiot and spilled his drink all over the floor.
Tolerate.
To allow something to exist or happen, even if it is disliked or opposed.
Examples:
tolerate his disrespectful behavior. Tolerate ambiguity. I can't tolerate spicy food, and it always gives me heartburn.
Misconduct.
Behavior that is improper, illegal, or in violation of expected standards or norms, often involving abuse of power or trust.
Examples:
employee misconduct. Ethical misconduct. The CEO was fired due to allegations of misconduct in the workplace.
Essentially.
Relating to the essential features or concepts of anything.
Examples:
essentially correct. Become essentially same. Essentially, a society is an organism.
Fraud.
The crime of gaining money or financial benefits by deceiving people, a person who makes deceitful pretenses.
Examples:
get money by fraud. Victim of fraud. The police arrested them for committing insurance fraud.
Responsible.
Answerable or accountable for something within one's power, control, or management.
Examples:
Responsible action. Responsible for customer service. She's a responsible pet owner who ensures her dog gets enough exercise and a healthy diet.
Diffuse.
Spread out widely, not concentrated in one place.
Examples:
Diffuse bleeding. Diffuse cloud. Direct lighting is preferable to diffuse lighting when reading.
Industrious.
Hardworking, diligent, and persistent in effort.
Examples:
Industrious worker. Industrious student. He was known to be very industrious and would often work late into the night.
Sponsor.
To provide funds for a particular event, program, individual, etc., as a way of advertising.
Examples:
Sponsor a contest. Sponsor a local group. Our company sponsors numerous disabled athletes.
Edit.
To prepare written material for publication by correcting, condensing, or otherwise modifying it.
Examples:
Edit a history book. Edit a video. I need to edit this document before submitting it to my boss.
Damn.
To express disapproval of or disappointment in something or someone. To condemn or to curse, a swear word, an expression of anger.
Examples:
Damn the consequences. Damn with faint praise. The company's poor financial performance is likely to damn the CEO's chances of being re-elected to the board.
Government.
The group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples:
Government bureaucracy. Government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Stockpile.
A large quantity or reserve of goods or materials that are accumulated and stored for future use, often used for emergency or contingency purposes. Verb: to accumulate or gather a large quantity of something, usually for future use or as a reserve.
Examples:
Stockpile weapons. Nuclear stockpile. The farmer had a huge stockpile of hay for the winter.
Panic.
A sudden strong feeling of fear that cannot be controlled and prevents reasonable thought and action.
Examples:
A panic reaction. Panic buying. The participation of oil-producing countries in the war caused panic in the financial markets.
Complication.
Something that makes a situation or condition that is complex or confused.
Examples:
complication of structure, resolve without complication. He also continued to struggle with serious long-term complications.
Influenza.
Formal for flu, a highly contagious viral disease that causes fever, severe aching, and catarrh and often occurs in epidemics.
Examples:
an epidemic outbreak of influenza. Influenza B strain. The research institute allocated a lot of money to study the cause and prevention of influenza.
Medical.
Relating to the treatment of illness or injuries, relating to the practice of medicine.
Examples:
a medical opinion, temporary medical treatment. The medical team worked quickly to save the patient's life.
Euphemism.
A mild or indirect word or expression used in place of one considered to be too harsh or blunt when referring to something unpleasant or embarrassing.
Examples:
genteel euphemism, a euphemism for death. The company used the euphemism downsizing to describe the layoffs of hundreds of employees.
Pneumonia.
An infection or inflammation of the lungs, typically caused by bacteria, viruses, or other microorganisms.
Examples:
bacterial pneumonia, viral pneumonia. She was hospitalized with a severe case of pneumonia.
Unavailable.
Not able to be used or accessed, not present, able to be found, or able to be contacted.
Examples:
unavailable resource, unavailable option. The professor is currently unavailable, but will respond to your email as soon as possible.
Obtain.
To get something, especially by making a great effort.
Examples:
obtain a license, obtain a bid. Where can I obtain the application form?
Write-up.
A written report, summary, or evaluation, an article or piece of writing that provides information or analysis about a particular subject or event, a formal or official document or record.
Examples:
write-up of the event, negative write-up. I must submit a write-up of my research findings to my supervisor by the end of the week.
Harass.
To annoy, torment, or pester persistently, to subject someone to repeated or chronic attacks or unwelcome attention.
Examples:
harass the enemy, harass with constant criticism. She was constantly harassed by her ex-boyfriend and had to get a restraining order.
Inconsistent.
Not remaining constant or in agreement.
Examples:
inconsistent results, inconsistent with the roadmap. This lawsuit appears to be unfair and inconsistent.
Clinical.
Of or relating to the examination and treatment of patients rather than theoretical or laboratory studies.
Examples:
Clinical surgery. Participate in clinical trials. She received special clinical training at the hospital.
Rendition.
A performance or interpretation of a work, especially a musical or artistic one, a translation or version of something.
Examples:
Musical rendition. Rendition of judgment. The singer gave an emotional rendition of the song at the concert.
Correspondence.
The letters, emails, etc., especially official or business ones, the quality or state of being the same in amount, number, status.
Examples:
A business correspondence. One-to-one correspondence. The results of the two experiments were in correspondence.
Excuse.
A reason or explanation, either true or invented, given to justify a fault or defend your behavior. Verb, to make someone free from blame or clear from guilt.
Examples:
Excuse for inaction. Perfect excuse. He quickly fabricated an excuse for not attending the meeting.
Edition.
A particular form or version in which a text, especially a printed book, magazine, or newspaper, is published.
Examples:
A paper edition. Edition deluxe. They issued a limited edition of the artist's recordings.
Recognize.
To acknowledge or realize something or someone, to identify, remember, or become aware of something that was previously known or encountered.
Examples:
Recognize talent. Recognize achievement. It's important to recognize your strengths and weaknesses.
Suffer.
To experience pain, distress, or hardship, to undergo or endure something painful or unpleasant.
Examples:
Suffer a setback. Suffer bad grades. The older man suffers from arthritis and finds it difficult to move around.
Fake.
Not genuine, fraudulent, or counterfeit.
Examples:
Fake police officer. Spread of fake news. The Prime Minister was not well prepared for the debate and faked it.
Pretension.
The act of claiming or asserting something, especially without good reason or without evidence, an unfounded or excessive claim or ambition.
Examples:
Pretension to authority. Baseless pretension. His pretensions of being a gourmet were quickly exposed when he could not identify basic herbs and spices.
Protocol.
A set of rules or procedures for transmitting data or conducting a process or activity, especially in computer networks or scientific experiments, the initial or original version of an agreement.
Examples:
Draft a protocol. Protocol breach. The company has a strict protocol for handling sensitive information to ensure security.
Afterward.
After the time mentioned.
Examples:
A few years afterward. Go there afterward. We will explain the countermeasure concerning this problem afterward.
Committee.
A group of people appointed or elected to perform a specific function or manage a particular task, often within a larger organization.
Examples:
Committee meeting. Committee member. The ad hoc committee met to discuss the proposal.
Prop.
A piece of wood, metal, etc., placed beneath or against something to support it or keep it in position, a system, institution, or person that gives help or support to someone or something.
Examples:
Emotional prop. Prop stick. We have finally lost our last prop.
Quarter.
One of 4 equal parts, a fourth part or portion.
Examples:
A quarter mile. End of the first quarter. The unemployment rate in the first quarter was 2.3 percentage points higher than in the previous.
Amendment.
The act or the process of changing something, especially a document or proposed new law.
Examples:
Constitutional amendment. Make an amendment to a contract. The opposition politicians jointly proposed an amendment to that law.
Disaster.
An unexpected event or series of events that cause widespread damage, destruction, or loss of life.
Examples:
Global disaster. Disaster recovery. The disaster response team worked around the clock to aid those affected by the earthquake.
Basis.
The most important facts, ideas, or events from which something is developed, the way how things are organized or arranged.
Examples:
On an equal basis. Basis for calculation. This evidence will form the basis for our discussion.